Hello, this is the second part. We're talking about banner system migrate and upgrade. For this university, the main task is to separate database and job server. It to be this the database job server on the same server. They want to separate it, and then everything has to be changed. This generally is the objective for this one. Let's see what the old system they have. The older system, they have a database and jobs are on the same server, which is a Linux 5, right? User on the servers, they have three of them: Oracle, Bana, and banjobs. And then the application running is a Oracle 11G database. Also have a barcode, everything for modules. And the banjobs processor running there, goes deploy staging area. It's old server. But new server what it looks like, they have two different servers. One is a DB server, which is database only on Linux 7, and also job submit server. This is one in Linux 7 too. The user database server only have one because they do not have job anymore. But on the job submit server, they have three of them. There's Oracle, also Bana and banjobs. The applications changed. Database will be running on different server alone, but for Bana part will be remotely connect to the database, running Bana process there. This is a diagram. The last time, the first part I already talking about it. Is the whole system set up this way, talk to only one server, which is the database, the job process, everything's on here. Right? Actually, when the system changed, all the web server will be connected to the two servers. One is database server, hosts the database only. It's a Linux 7 with Oracle 19C database. And on the job server side, still is barcode trees, the job submit process, deploy agent, staging area. Let's summary about the whole task of what we are going to do for achieve this goal. When we separate two servers, on database server have the two things to do, right? The first one, we're going to install Oracle Home 19C, and then we upgrade database from 11G to 19C, the second. On the job submit server, we have 11 tasks to do. We need to create a group, users. And then we get install the client, Oracle client 19C. Because the Bana, unfortunately, they're still running very old things like a C program, Cobol program. So we have to install C compiler, install Cobol compiler. Because the C, they need Unicode, so I have to install International Communicative Utility. 52.1 is the one we're choosing. Then we'll duplicate the whole Bana from the old one to the new server. All the modules, script, executable, everything should be there. When we finish this part, we got a file system, we got a user home, everything, right? The next one is a set environment. This environment to be set up your Oracle location, your library location, your LD paths, also where's your Cobol, where's your Bana home, where's your executing home. So when we set up environment, the script will know where to looking for them. We compile all of them C executable, while also we compile all of them Cobol executable. So when you finish this one, Bana will be set up. Another task is set to Bana job. Bana jobs, firstly, environment setup. This is similar like the Bana, but only difference we do not set up SID. Later talking about why. Banjobs, there's two processes, the basic. The other school have more. One is gurjob, another one sfrpipe. Here's the detail. The first one database server install 19C. This one you can see my another video called upgrade from 11G to 12CR2. 12CR2 installation with the BSU, right? Because 19C actually is a 12.2.0.3, so procedure is really similar. Upgrade, of course, similar things. You can see my video too. This is upgrade steps from 11G to 12CR2. Is also 19C. It's no big deal. The only thing is different. You download a different software to it. The third step, we need to create groups and users. The groups we really need is the banner, is the DBA. 3 users banner will belong to the banner, also DBA. Banjob is same thing. Worker user also belong to the DBA and the banner. The reason is 3 users worker own the worker software, and the banner is on banner module software. Banjob's running process using executable and roles to communicate with database. That's why they have to on the same group, so they can see each other files without permission issue. When you done create a user, the next one, install this one, Oracle Client 19C. Oracle Client 19C, this one you can install either way, doesn't fine. There's Oracle Home software. You just take it, unzip it, you're done with it. But the way I'm using, please see my video. This video is using automated way to do it called sfrpipe module to install Oracle 19C client software. It's on Linux server, Linux 7. When you finish install the Oracle client, the next one is you set up this one, because before on the same Oracle home, because you only have one server, database, job server, on the same thing, right? By now separate, so you have to remote from the job server talk to database. Then you need to set as name.ore file in the worker home network admin. Basically indicate where is your database server, what is your database name. So when you set up 19C, the worker setup, the next one will be job install C compiler. Compiler you can use any way to say your C compiler usually is when you install the GCC, it will create links. You can see the C compiler. So I use the yum install, but you have different way you can install this C compiler, but yum install on the Linux is pretty easy. You yum search GCC to see what you can find, and then just type yum install GCC. It will list all of the things you needed to, and you click yes. The installation will be done really quickly. Okay. When the installation is done, it says installed, right? It will create your C compiler. Usually is here, or sometimes user being CC, right? It's on your path, your setup. The version for this new installation for Linux 7 will be 4.85. But if you Linux 8 will be different. Linux 8 will be something like 8 something. When you got a C compiler installed, another one is as I indicated since Cobol compiler. This one is not really popular. No one uses this old program anymore. But however, Bun is still using it. You cannot bypass it. The license is very expensive, from 5,000 pounds. So I have another video set up to see what is the procedure to install the Cobol compiler. Yeah. The next one, the ICU, International Communicating Utility, right? 52.1 used to be the older one. It's a 3.6 because we will have 19C, and also we have Linux 7. We pick up the 52.1. There's another one, 58. It's too new. I don't want to run into any issue with it. I have another video for it. How to install the ICU 52.1. This is more complex. compared with say install C, but it's needed by C compiler. Okay. When you finish all of the installation, C, Cobol, ICU, right? The next one, we create all the barnacle tree. It's very easy because we have an old banner server. We by now create a new one, right? But we don't want to lose anything. We just copy everything from old banner home, including each modules, all the different modules. You can see the module here. So generals, financial and with generals, right? Self-service, gen web. So everything we tar and then we go to the new server, we dump on the same location. Then your code tree is there, but code tree doesn't work. The reason is your C is compiled against 11G database, right? Cobol is also compiled with 11G. It won't work. So the next one, we need to set up an environment for banner. When you set up environment for banner, you can do the compile. Okay. So the Linux, the basic file will be .bash profile. This file, internally, I set up another specific file. It's coding this file, nothing else. But of course, you can put here, directories, everything you can put underneath without this file. But I will just create this file. So this file for the server specific, and you can see what looks like inside. It's the code one, so workable renv. The reason is renv usually is a set of environment for you, the work or home, everything, but we need to set up a banner also. So we're using this file. This file for each installation, they have new one. They dump in the locations a USR local bin or renv, right? We using this as the basic template. We create one. Looks like something we can use for banner. Here is what we did. If you see this file, we create coding this file. Right? The main thing is we need a two task. Well, if without two tasks it will work but the only thing is that two tasks make it looks like a local server connect database. Even now, we have two server database on different server. You are remote logging from the job server to database server to get the database. So two tasks. Sometimes you need it, but not always. I think I running some issue without two tasks. But when you use two tasks, the connection will be very easy. It's no issue at all. Just like a local. Everything else is a workable already give to you, set up library for us, pass this everything. Just to follow that one. So it should be okay. So let's see. Internally, another part change in this file is we put in here, called custom code here. Here is what we put in for different database. So we use the same script on all them different servers, and they just you put in the different SID. They call different being env files. This file will be really set up banner environment for you. Here's how it looks like. This is file. Inside you set up a workable first, right? You also have Cobol. Your setup, executable. The home is generally executable for under barnacle tree. You have set up Cobol. This one is very special because there's some bugs related to Cobol setup. It doesn't work sometimes. You need this thing set up here. And you set the path, Cobol, everything set up. Library, which is you put in some library, the Cobol library also. For library files, all the way or down. And then it's your set up, of course, banjobs, right? Everything. Then when you finish setup, here's what it looks like. you have LD, library paths, SQL paths, Cobol, everything related to Cobol, everything related to workload, including SID and the T2 task, the whole path for it. And then it's the whole. You have for the banner, for jobs, for Executable and workload. When you set up the environment to the next one, you compile all of C's executable. Ellucian have a script for each module. You have a different script. Say all of script that I'm listing here, and then you log on as a banner, go to the banner link directory. You're running script one by one. I have another task to say document what's the issue with it, how to solve it, these kind of things for detail. But here I just list the video. I don't want this to be very long, so I list what you're going to do. That's running this Olem script. The Cobol executable compile is using the same thing. Ellucian provide this Cobol compile script will be compile all of them Cobol program. Okay. When you finish compile, generally your banner is ready to go. So the next things will be there's a 2 job process will be running under banner jobs. So you have to set up a banner jobs environment. This environment setup is really similar to banner, but the only difference is you're not coding banner env file to set up everything. The reason is there's possibility you're going to use the server for several multiple SID, multiple banner system. In that case, you can save you the money for the Cobol lessons. If you do so, you do not want to set up ID automatically. You're going to pass this SID for the database connection to the script, not here. So the setup is very simple. From this file, I still have the same program, but in this program you can see it is do not have anything set up a banner. It set up a workload, set up a job home where they are. Workload and job pass, but do not have a banner for it. So here is what you got. Workload home is set up, but workload SID is nothing. As I said so, the next one, we're going to pass workload SID to the script to start process, not here. So there's 2 jobs to set up, 2 process to run, right? One's called gurjob process. This process, there's standard script to do it. You can modify it. That's from Ellucian. Here's what we did. So the script is to start its jobs, and then you pass 4 parameters for it. Where is your SID? When you log on database, they have a special user to log on. You pass log on user ID and log on the password. And then you can, if you have different thread, 1, 2, 3, you can, especially in the rack system, you have different thread, you can use in that one. But you can use 1 or 2 running on the same single server, yes. So generally, this is how this start script is set up to using it. The script is actually they set up everything for you. It's just like a banner, and then they call the same script, right? You pass ID, and then we running here is not directly set up the server level. It's using script to code it. When you try to use it, you start this job, your SID. This one for gurjob generally is the user. You put in the password, which thread you are started. Stop script is very similar. You pass these parameters, same thing. This user, they will find the process, kill it. They kill it on server side, also kill it on the database. Another process was sfrpipe. This pipe is always needed. The other school have more process, but this one is definitely the old school has it. There are also scripts provided by Ellucian. You can modify this. So we did the same thing. We passed the require SED here, and then this one can be start the process. So in order to use it, it's very easy. Say SID, your user always SAI sets user. You provide a password for it, process started. Stop it, you can put same thing. Running the same thing. You can put the script in the cron. Usually what I'm doing is putting the cron jobs, restart all the process in the morning, like 1 o'clock. And then it fresh everything. New start for log file, everything. So if you want to know some more details, see the video I listed in this video. You can see you get more details. Okay, talk to you later. Bye.